Welcome everyone to Pride of Altaris in the top left corner. From Alpha X, it's Zoun. In the bottom right, as our Red Terran, it's Kaizi's Time. Time is favored in this series against Zoun. This is a round of 8 match from the ESL Open Asia, number 101. The winner moves on to the round of 4. The loser will be taking home $50, but by reaching the round of 4, the winner will be in the running for hundreds of dollars, as well as ESL Pro Tour points. And at the time this series was played, that's really important. DreamHack Last Chance is right around the corner. ESL Pro Tour points are dwindling. And every single one counts for standings at the end of the year going into IEM Katowice. Zoun. One of the most rapidly improving players of the 2019-2020 era of StarCraft. Had his ups and downs, 2021, but seemed to be, whereas in 2020 his peak seemed to be getting higher and higher, in 2021 his bottom seemed to be moving up to match his peak. He seemed to become a more and more consistent player, skill wise, and I think he's going to give Time a run for his money. There's our second command center. Down, going for a Stargate play. Is it going to be Oracle, or could it be some Phoenix? I'm forcing his opponent to take the third location as an expand. Is going to leave Zoun vulnerable for quite a while. And you can see Time perhaps preparing to abuse that fact, given we're seeing quite a lot of Marines. It's in vogue lately to run a pack of Marines across the map and see if you can get a few worker kills. Zoun's got his Adept spread, so Time might be looking to snipe the one on the right. Could go for the one on the left. It depends if he goes around to this right side or if he tries to barge up the ramp. But it does look like Time is going for the right side play to avoid being scouted. There's every chance he's going to snipe down this Adept, but it is still within range of the shield battery. Shield battery overcharge is going to be in play. Well, Time shifts to the ramp, but it looks like he's still going to go for the right Adapt anyway. Will he get the kill? No, the shield battery's too good, and this is actually going to scare Time away. Now, Time does have a trick up his sleeve, a Cyclone, moving through the mid-map. I think one of these guys to drop off their minerals, but they're like, we'll pretend to do it, Bob. We're not going to take the extra couple seconds to actually put the minerals in the CC. Are you crazy? And that could indicate some bunkers coming up from Time, or it could just be for repair on the tanks, on the Cyclones. We'll have to see. Down is going to scout the push with this Phoenix. Will he be able to find an angle on the Siege Tank, find an angle on the Cyclone? Time's Marine positioning is really good here. He's going to snipe down a Phoenix. right at the start of this engagement. Zoun backed into a corner. Our Protoss chooses to pull the boys. Doesn't want to concede his expand. Now Zoun has knocked down the engineering base some time ago and taken a third base, sending 16 probes into the meat grinder against these Marines. And look who survived with like 1 HP. It's an SCV, and it will finish the bunker. Hero SCV finishes the bunker. The Marines are going to pile inside. And you can see just how much more secure it makes this position for the Terran. That was 4 Adepts and a Marine that died just because the bunker got up. And the carnage continues. Time has even more reinforcements running forward. But just as I say that, it looks like he wants to break off the attack. Zoun is going to cut him down in the retreat. The only thing stopping him from carving up these last 3 Marines is the lack of Phoenix energy. Down. Like he wants to get aggressive in the main of time, but again, he's not got any Phoenix energy here. If he had like 3-4 lifts, this would be a bloodbath. This would be a disco bloodbath as he lifts the tank and carves apart the remaining meat from Time's army, but he doesn't. He doesn't have that energy. He's got to back off. He's got to buy time. Both players need to lick their wounds. Time, I'm sure, is going to prep for another assault. As we saw, 4 barracks go up quite recently, +1 starting in the natural. Him starting in the main for Time. Nothing unusual there. But when you see what Time's making, when you see how much production there is for a Terran and no third base, this is a heavy indicator that our Terran's going to 2-base push down. Try to get even more damage done against the Protoss player. Now Zoun's recovered his probe count quite nicely, going up to 60 against the Time. Of course, Time has mules to shore up those numbers a little bit. But Zoun doing a great job of continuing macro hard after 16 losses. Extended Thermal Lance starting up for Zoun. Viking blown out of the sky. The tank siege saves Time's position. The Protoss ground army away, and with the ground army gone, that it's not going to be a very safe fight for the Phoenix to take. So Time is cautiously pushing forward. Down, for his part, has 2 Colossi out. He's got a fleet of near full energy Phoenix. It's going to come down to positioning. Positioning. Both our players. Time's trying to bait out some lifts. And he will. 2 Marines shut down. Or 2 lifts that could have been used against the much more valuable Marauders, much more valuable tanks. Beautiful lift on the tanks from Zoun. Time Cutter stepping back, and he is going to launch himself into the fray once more, but with these tanks out of the fight for pretty much the entire duration, the Colossi of Zoun are going to feel safe to continue eviscerating the Terran's bio. That's going to be GG. Zoun takes map number 1. Welcome to Blackburn. Zoun playing a defensive war against time, bleeding out the last map, but recovering very nicely against Kaizi's red Terran. These guys are like, hey, you know who's not in this match? Zerg. Let's enjoy our Blackburn. Grabbing the gold base could be a dank play for either competitor. But I think it's unlikely we see it. Down, checking for proxies. Super safe. I'm gonna build his second seat in the main. We'll have to wait and see. Down, going Phoenix last game. Will he do so again? Phoenix can be pretty strong on Blackburn. But you gotta think about how he's playing this too, right? There's money on the line here. There's ESL Pro Tour points on the line. Do you really think you have your opponent pinned so much that you're going to try the same strategy twice? I'm not so sure. Not so sure that Zoun is going to go Phoenix games in a row. Zoun drops shield battery. Protoss is racks factory into barracks on the high ground. Signals more aggression from time early on in this. 111 is operational. It will be your standard Widow Mine drop from time. Down is going for another Stargate game. Time, he was pretty happy to pound away at this pylon, and man, as he put in work, he's got this pylon in the orange, half its HP gone. Will he be able to connect a probe kill? Time threads the needle through the mineral patches. Void Ray opener from Zoun, and Time has scouted it. Time dropping an armory at home. Permacloak mine play. Mines number 5 and 6 in production. Very asymmetrical warfare going on here. Void Ray versus Permacloak Mine. Down. Patrolling around with the Void Ray, but Time taking a weird angle into the Protoss base. Almost runs into the Void Ray anyway. Will reach the natural mineral line. These guys are quite clumped. The first Widow Mine is bravely taken out by the workers. 2 probes dead so far, but there's no detection on the field right now for Zoun, and these guys should get off at least one more shot of Oracle is first answer to the lack of detection for Zoun. Oh my god, here come 4 more mines. This is brutal. Seven, 8 probes die. 8 probes! And there's barely any mining for Zoun. He's got a mine in the main, but there's only so much revelation he can use. Did the Oracle die? Oh my god, the Oracle died to the mines. The Oracle died to the mines. There's still no detection. The Observer finally out. But but not before the mine takes even more probes. Oh my god, 13 more fall and an adept to boot. 20 probes have died. I feel for my Protoss brethren watching this. My god, the carnage! This is so cost effective for— No! It's gonna happen again! Oh man, the hero adepts take out 2 more wines with only the loss of 1 more of their own. Zoun staying in this, probably out of sheer anger. This was a very cost-effective play for our Terran, and extremely cost-effective. No, there's still a Widow Mine! Oh my god! The Void Ray almost walks into it. Are there any more mines around here? Have I missed one? There's still 8 on the field. Okay. Back at time space, back at time space. Yeah, I think that's all the mines we got for our Terran. They're maintaining a defensive posture for now. Zoun's going for a counter adept play, but behind his drop, Time has gotten himself a 3rd command center. Soon to be an orbital. Guys, not gonna be a bad time. They'll cancel. Time. Taking a 3rd base. Down. Trying to do the same. Right side. Blackburn. But Down's just taking such a pounding this game. It's— oh god, the horror. So many robots died in the making of this cast. And Zoun, I think, is going to struggle about a minute and a half from now. He's just now starting his Twilight. He's just now starting his Forge at the 8-minute mark. Time's not going to give him enough of a respite to get any tech from that Forge, to get any tech from that Twilight Council. Time knows how much damage he caused. Time is going to go try and kill his opponent, and if that fails, at least damage the army enough that the next attack from a Red Terran will finish Zoun. An entire full medevac dies. That's a very nice pick from Zoun, but look how many Vikings there are. There's 7 Vikings versus 2 Void Rays. Only 4 Stalkers. GG. GG is called a 16. Hold up. 16 more probes died. 6 more probes died. We gotta find that. Where'd he send the oh, the medevac. As we were watching the engagement on the low ground, medevac slides into the main. Oh, the devastation. Time with a well-deserved win. It was a psychologically daunting victory from Time in the 2nd map. In any series, you don't want to have your game ended by your opponent dropping a mine and killing off 15 in 1 shot. Not even 2 Widow Mines dealing much damage. 1 Widow Mine killing off 15. Down has got to be in a weird place going into game number 3. If he's able to pull himself off tilt and maintain a calm demeanor, keep his eye on the prize, keep his focus on time, it'll be really impressive. He lost a grand total of 39 probes to Widow Mines previous game. Time is going for C4 Factory. So I was literally just about to say, I think the correct play here for Time is to keep up the pressure on Zoun. Keep Zoun feeling out of control, keep Zoun feeling backed into a corner, but Time is going to metagame that. He's saying, nah, I'm not going to put the pressure on Zoun. I'm going to relax. We're going for the most macro play I've had all day, dog. Is it going to pay off for our Red Terran? Down is for the third time going into Stargate, but saw him mix it up. Game number 1 was Phoenix, game number 2 was Void Ray. Will game number 3 be Oracle? Will he complete the Holy Trinity? It is! Zoun is going into Oracle. Pay dividends for our blue Alpha X Protoss. Starport is delayed by a couple seconds. SCV kill picked up by Zoun. Adept will fall. But he also saw what Time was up to, saw the composition. Behind the racks. Zoun has followed up his Oracle, which almost flies into the mine with a Phoenix. It looks like he will be continuing Phoenix production. Time's going for a straight-up Marine drop. There's really no bones to pick with Time's drops so far in this series. They've been pretty successful overall. He did lose one medevac full of Marines mid-engagement, but it was all the distraction. It was all a ploy to drop Widow Mines in Zoun's main. Get an insane amount of probe kills, so we can't fault him there too much. He offered up a juicy prize, Distractor Protoss, and Zoun took the bait. This is not bait, however. That was meant to damage the third more than it actually did. Oracle does go down. That's a nice find for Time. These Marines are really holding their own on the ground. Beautiful micro on the medevac is going to save it. Down. Time is finally ready to put the pressure on Zoun. More SCVs hold with this push. Now they could be for repair on the medevac. Keep the tank. Keep the Viking alive. But more than likely they're going to repair the medevac. Start putting up bunkers. First mine is burrowed. Second mine is burrowed. Here come the SCVs. The bunkers are dropped. Is Zoun gonna let them finish? Got plenty of time to shut this down. Forward shield battery is out of energy. Oh no, the stalkers are baited into the tank line. Time's got so much army. Zoun has a decent army supply, but he's split between his bases. Even more gateway units be pummeled into oblivion by the tank line. PG is called. Time takes the 2-1 victory. On to the round of 4. ESL Open 101 on the 8th server.